Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a BTS binder update. I know it's been a while since I uploaded. It's also been a very long time since I filmed. It's been over a month, so I'm easing back into it with this start of 2024 with a standard binder update, which is essentially just going to be everything that I got that couldn't make it before the flip through or stuff that I've gotten in like the last month or two. So starting in my solo binder, as you can see, we do have some updates for face, which is very exciting. I always love updating my face section, and here we go, just a few pages back. Here on this page, I do have 3 card updates, and that is the vinyl PCs and also the documentary screening venue card that you got if you attended the real live screening in Seoul. So here are the 2 vinyl PCs. I'm sure you know exactly what I think about these cards. If you know my feelings on the repetitive cards that we got for layover, then I'm not going to say it. It's fine. It is what it is. There's nothing that could be changed. So it's fine. Always happy to have more Jimin cards, even though I know there's so many amazing selfies that he took for face, and yet they still use the same images, but whatever, it's fine. These are the 2 vinyl PCs, and this is the documentary screening PC. I'm so happy to have this one. I really love this performance for 1 and 2. I just think the card is absolutely adorable. I love this kind of like mirroring, and that these are more about the production diary and his performances, and then this is still like album stuff. So I think the page still looks nice together. I particularly love the backs. I think the backs look so nice with the kind of gray, black, pink, and white that he's got going on. I love the aesthetic of face, so I'm so happy about this page and its new updates. So those 3 are the ones for face, and then I do have some larger inclusions, one of which I already put away just because I wanted to see how it looked. So if you're unaware, all of my face postcards and mini posters are in these customized pages, and I did them by concept. So I have this light concept to start it off, but then when you flip it, you have the 3 dark ones. There were significantly more soft concept ones. So this is the new vinyl postcard. What used to be here is this postcard. There used to be a perfect floor amount, but obviously with the postcard there's not. So I decided to put this regular album one on the back because it's my least favorite of the 5 that we now have, and also because these are both horizontal. They have a similar hue, so I just thought they looked better together. And then these 2 are both vertical and have a very similar hue to them, so I liked having these together. And then I felt like just kind of he was the odd one out, so I put him on the back here, and I really like how this ultimately looks. So here are all the larger face inclusions from the actual albums, and then it goes into the larger inclusions from other things that were happening, either the broadcast, or I believe this is the Japan Pop for UMS. This is the frame, and then on this page we have the production diary stuff. So I do have an update here. It's still in the packaging that it was sent to me, but it's just because I will be making a custom sleeve for this ticket, and so it fits nicely in this pocket page. So for now I'm just going to put him in here and move on, but no, I will be returning to him. I really like how this page looks with the focus on the production diary. So all in all, so happy with the way face turned out. And then of course we have my duplicate section here as well, but I will spare you that. If you want to see what it looks like, you can go look at it in the flip through. For now, we are going to jump all the way to golden, and we are going to put away the last of the 9 pocket page photo cards that I have collected for golden, and that is his Japanese lucky draws. So from Japan Fan Club in UMS, these were the cards that you got if you just pre-ordered the album from Japan in the right period. It's really interesting to me how they've really completely changed that, where these cards are now guaranteed as long as you order in the right period, which I don't really understand why you wouldn't if you plan to order from Japan anyway, because they're essentially free, quote unquote, because you don't have to do anything besides order in the right period to get them, which is obviously like a huge shift from what they were doing in the beginning. That's obviously not what they did for Proof or for Jin or for Jimin. I think it's really since Yoongi, I think D-Day, I believe, had the ordering them in the right period, you were guaranteed them. So I wish they had done that for all of them, because it was certainly very difficult getting my hands on all of Jimin's lucky draws, and I feel like today there's so many fakes of those on the market. I feel bad for people who are still trying to track those down, because I feel like I see fakes on Card Japan more often than than I see real listings. So definitely stay safe if you're looking out for those. I don't think you will have the same issue if you're collecting from D-Day and on in terms of chronology, because there's a wide abundance of these around. Even if you didn't get them with your initial Japan purchase, they're pretty easy to find now. So fingers crossed for you if you're looking for ones from the astronaut or face, because those are definitely a lot harder than like layover, golden, D-Day, and Hope Edition had some too, I believe. Anyway, that is the end of the updates for this binder, so I will move into the next one now, and hopefully the next time you see this binder it will not look like this, because it's just too full and I just worry about the weight on some of these cards. So hopefully the next time you see this collection it will be in a different kind of setup, but this binder was very good to me while it worked.
Hello, oh my god, it's me from the future. I wanted to add this little extra part to the video because I just went through the solo binder, and then once I did that, I did finally start moving my collection into my beautiful slipcase binders that I love so much. They're 4-ring, sturdy slipcase, good old trusty design. Anyway, I'm sure everyone who watches my videos probably knew that I was changing all of my binders to the Grande Pure ones. Surprise, not surprised. I'm not really going into the binders today, more so to just update you on another layover update I have, because I'm honestly so excited about it. I finally consolidated my caddy package, and that had a lot of layover merch in it, and then I finally got my act together and stored this stuff. So for layover, you were able to buy this little sticker tin, and I didn't really know what I was going to do with them, but because of the 3 albums also had a variation of stickers that you could collect, I always knew that I wanted to collect those as well and make sure like I had them all preserved. And so when I got the layover sticker merch, I was like, perfect. So I just wanted to show this update to my collection. So these 4 are the large stickers that you got from the sticker tin, and then these are kind of like a different display of the stickers that you could collect either from the tin or from the album themselves. So these 2 are from the album, and all of these I believe are from the album as well. This tanny's from the album, and then these are from the sticker tin, all of the colored ones, and then these 2 black and white ones as well. So if anyone remembers what my layover collection looks like, the only album PC that I haven't been able to store in an open spot, so it used to be on the back of this, which is the leftover Japan Fan Club UMS Lucky Draws, and then the PVC cards. I used to have him here, but because this is like a perfect 8 spread with the stickers, I decided to put him here. So he's surrounded by all the different stickers that you could collect for layover. I just really wanted to update it because I'm really excited how this page turned out. I think it looks really nice, and I'm happy that I was able to incorporate this merch into my binder as well, because boy do I love storing everything and anything. Anyway, back to past me. Very briefly, we will be stopping by in this binder to update similarly solo items, and that is Tay's layover PCs from his merch. Thankfully, these were not damaged. I believe these both came in the tanny shirts, so they were a little flatter. There wasn't like a zipper for it to get bent on, so that was nice that they made it safe. Here though is where I plan to put these. I don't know if they'll like eventually move, if eventually everyone's got a mini tour PC sized photo card. I currently have Yoongi's in his actual album setup in my solo binder. For these 2, I didn't really have any place to put them, so we've got the face knit, and then we've got his 2 t-shirt PCs. I recently changed my pages. They used to be in like the double-sided Prism Platinum ones, but I changed them to the Meow Cafe ones, and it's because they're not double-sided, which some people really like, but I personally don't when it comes to mini PCs, because I literally cannot stand when something is peeking out behind a card, especially because a lot of these have crazy backs. So obviously like Suwuzu backs are purple and these are bright yellow, and so when you were on the double-sided pages they would be showing a little bit more than they do now. So you would see like the bright yellow with the Suwuzu card, and that just drove me crazy. So what I did instead is take these single pocket Meow Cafe PCs, and then I just put them behind each other in the
the same sleeve. And I think it just looks so much better in terms of how I want my collection to look. There's something about the peeking behind of a card that's not supposed to be seen on that page that drives me absolutely nuts. So I'm so happy I made this change. I really like the quality of these pocket pages. And so I just wanted to note that update here, that they are the single side ones, which again doesn't work for everyone, but for me, I really like it for these mini PCs because I think they just fit so much more flush and they just look nicer. And obviously when they're not double-sided, it also helps the binder be less bulky. So even if you are doing the same method on the double-sided page, there's still that extra flap there that takes up room. And because this is a fairly full binder, it's not outrageous, but it's kind of getting there and I don't want it to get there. I'm happy with the changes that I made in this binder. I also put these into their side loading ones because I think they just fit a lot better too and they don't pop up or anything. They also are seemingly a little bit bigger, so that's really helpful too for double sleeving, or just, I don't mean double sleeving like two sleeves, I mean double sleeving a card in a single sleeve, I guess. I don't know how to phrase that properly, but I really like these pocket pages. And then I guess I'm just remembering now going through this binder, have the most minor update in my collab section. I was finally able to track down Joan and Tay's unit for the smart cards. I of course have nowhere to put it because I don't really collect collab cards, so I think I'm just gonna put it at the back where I have this Yoongi Samsung Galaxy page. I know it does not look good, but I can move this unit PC once I potentially get a few more collab cards. So at least this is safekeeping for now and I know where it is. We will continue to move on in this update. Okay, here we are in my DVD Tour OT7 binder. I don't have any actual physical card updates since you've last seen it, but I do have some larger inclusion updates. I collected this pre-order benefit from the Korean retailers for Permission to Dance because it was too stinking cute not to. I really love this pre-order benefit. I also decided to collect the Japanese ones after talking to McKinley because she's an influencer and I was influenced to buy that. So I do have that coming on resale. So for now, I'm going to put the ticket here. And the funny part is, if you live in the United States, maybe you know, but there's been a lot of mail problems. I mean, there's a lot of mail problems in general, but there's been a lot of mail problems coming out of Texas. And my first ticket originally was coming from a seller in Texas. And so I just thought it wasn't going to show up at all because it literally didn't move for over like 35 days, I think. And I was like, oh, well, that's a lost cause. I'm just going to have to rebuy it. So I did. And then of course, like a couple days later, it showed up in the wrong state. It was several states away from me from where it should have been and like on a logical path from Texas, but it was found, which I know I'm lucky for because I know a lot of people have lost mail coming out of Texas. So I'm happy it did show up at the end, but it's just, why do I have two of these now? I don't need it. But what I think I'm going to do is, because I have that Japanese pop coming, I think I'm just going to make that the second pocket page. So at least I have a full pocket page because currently it's an odd number of inclusions and this was pretty inexpensive to buy on resale, so it's fine. It is what it is. For now, I'm just going to double it just so it's safe, but it eventually will move into its own pocket page with the Japanese pre-order benefit as well. That being said, I do have the charm updates, but I'm not going to put them in because, as you can obviously see, I haven't switched this binder either, and I don't personally feel comfortable putting these charms into this binder with all the weight on it because I do think they are going to damage other photo cards while this binder is laying down. I don't think that'll be the case once I put them in a standing slipcase binder, so they will go in there, but essentially this is the final look of the page. I'm just not going to put them in yet until this binder has been moved over. But yes, that's basically all I had for this binder. I just wanted to show you those updated inclusions and make you aware that those charms are on hand. They are just not going to get stored yet until it is safe for them to be. So I hope that I will continue to make some progress on this binder in the coming months, but we will see. Okay, now for some fun updates in my Miss binder. This is the most miscellaneous you can possibly get, but I do really like this binder and we have some very fun updates in the daikon section because I did collect all 4 versions of Tae's Vicon magazine. How could I not? The photo shoots were so beautiful. Outfits were so beautiful. It's the blonde hair. It's very layover era. I'm obsessed. So I've been thinking hard about how to do this because it's also a weird amount of cards. It's not a very natural amount of cards. I'm not used to storing 12 cards for a single member. So I thought I would implement the double spread in this daikon section because I think it'll look nice. I already tried to plan it out a bit to see if my vision would work, and I think it will. I've never really gotten to use the kind of 12 double page spread before as well because I'm often always collecting at least 2 members, so that really doesn't fit with this kind of setup. So it's also fun to do this kind of setup because I've seen a lot of people do it before. I think it's fairly popular depending on who you collect and kind of what groups you collect and how many album cards they have and stuff. I've seen a lot of other collectors utilize the double page 12 spread, but I've never been able to, so I'm excited. I also thought using black fillers on the outside columns would look nice because then it's kind of like black, white, black, and I think that looks good. There's also some darker cards that I think the black just looks nice with in general. So there's that page, and this is the moment of truth if I did it correctly, but this is the intention. Yes, it is. Okay. Yeah, my intention is to do columns with these in the middle. And because there are also 4 of these butterfly white outfit cards, I thought it would look nice to have them concentrated in the middle because this outfit and this outfit don't have repeating. So this is what I came up with, and I think it looks good. And really the only way that I could figure out how to store this, because it's a weird amount, especially since this is just for 1 member. I feel like 12 is just such a weird amount of cards to have. So there are the cards. I contemplated doing like this row on top and then the butterflies on the bottom and then the mismatched ones in the middle. But the reason I didn't is because the backs looked a little crazy. They really alternated between black and white. And if I do it like this, then it's clean columns of black, white, black, which I really, really like because both pages look like that now. So let me just get the rest of these fillers in. So we've got the consistent backs here. We flip it, same thing, and then these all match with the butterfly ones concentrated in the middle. Really like how it looks, and then you flip the page again and it's the same consistent back. So for here, I do have the sticker pages that I'm going to store. There are also postcards that come with, I think, 2 of the books, maybe. I think so. I don't know. I can't remember at this point. It's been a bit since I opened these up, and I'm just getting to store these now. But there were sticker packs for all 4 of the books, so I wanted to store them, and I will eventually get around to storing all the postcards. It's just quite a lot of postcards, and I haven't figured out exactly how I'm going to do it yet and what pocket pages I'm going to use, so I did not prepare those for this video, but hopefully I will figure out a solution because I think I figured out a pretty nice solution for the photo cards, so I want to figure out those postcards as well. All around, it's just such a gorgeous little piece of merch that I feel very lucky that we got to have. I feel like I'll start the first page with the blue outfit, and then we will have the white outfit spread, and then we will end with the blue page, if that makes sense. Okay, awesome. Now I'll just go through the section really quick again. So this is the last daikon stuff I collected, and now we have Vicon. So here are the photo cards. I really love it. I think it looks so pretty. And then here are the sticker cards, and soon we'll be adding the postcards in as well in some capacity. And that is the end of the updates for this binder, so I will get to the next binders. So we're actually going to start here, not in chronological order. This is the second tour binder in terms of chronology, but it's just because I only have 1 update for this binder, and it's this pesky card. I have been looking for this card since 2021, and he is finally home. It is so exciting, and that's really the theme of the updates for the tour binder this time around, is me just tracking down some singular cards that I needed to finish sets so badly. And in he goes. Yay! So that is a full and complete Love Yourself set for both Jimin and Tae. Such a relief to be done. Oh my god, I'm not done technically. I do still want to get units to fill in these fillers, but whatever. For the individual sets,
I'm done. But that was the only update in this binder, so I'm going to get the part 1 chronology tour and muster binder because I have a lot more updates in that one. Ugh, y'all, I am so sorry, but this is the second time I've even recorded this redo part, so this will be my 3rd or 4th time going through this binder for this video alone because my phone keeps cutting off the recording. I have no idea why. It's a new phone and I have plenty of memory. Like, I don't know why it just stops recording, so I'm gonna have to look into that. But because of that, I'm just gonna go through everything that I just put away because I also had to redo 2 binders already, and so this will be my 3rd binder to refilm and put away because of the audio, because of the video cutting off, and I just emotionally can't handle that. So I'm just gonna talk through all of the updates that I have in this part 1 tour binder, and then we will wrap up this video with one more binder. So this is part 1. It goes in chronology, as you know, and the first update that I had today was very exciting, and it was the Begin set. This is the last card for Jimin that I had to collect, and I'm really so excited about it because I didn't know if finding this individually was going to be possible, because this card that I have is the first time I had ever actually seen this individual one for sale. I usually only ever see it in set form, and because I went about collecting Begins each card by card as opposed to by set, it was just really hard to track down the last few remaining ones. So I'm just so happy that I was able to finally collect this card because I really love this set. I can't believe I have both of theirs done. There's a lot of like good collecting memories attached to these sets as well. They were happy memories to collect for, so I just really love this set, and I'm so happy that this last card finally popped up for a price that I was willing to pay for it. So I started a Mercari Japan order literally just for this card because I was like, absolutely not. Like, I need it. I might never see it individually for sale again, so I got it and it's mine, and now the set is done. So that is Begins, and then quickly directly after we have 17520. Apologies for this being askew, but it's just because I just started thinking about the big inclusions for 17520. I picked up the set because it was really inexpensive, and I was like, yeah, I want it for like that price. You know what I mean? I was like gonna go out of my way to pay a higher price for it, but whenever I see lower priced items for the large inclusions, particularly from the early tour stuff, I eat that up. Like, I do want it for the lower prices. So I did get his full set. I'm not gonna worry about how I'm going to set it up or anything yet until I get Jimin's and see the orientation of Jimin's cards as well, because then I will kind of work with the pocket pages to hopefully get all of the live photos at least facing the correct direction when you open up the binder. So that was an update there, and then this was also an update. Surprisingly, we had 2 17520 updates today. That doesn't normally happen, but it was finishing Jimin's set as well. So similar to the Begin set, there's just been one Jimin card I've been missing for a very long time, and so I finally was able to track down 3 of 6, and I'm so excited because now the individual sets are done. As you can see, I can work on now figuring out if there's more from this muster that I want to collect. Obviously the muster didn't happen, but there were merch to collect for it, so there's tickets I can buy, there's units I can buy, there's Jimin's live photos that I can buy. And so now that I'm done with the individual sets, I finally feel ready to kind of start thinking about what I want to collect. So very happy about that update. And then I also had some happy updates for third muster. I really like the way that I set third muster up because I'm not the biggest fan of the color palette of third muster, but I think with the double spread, it looks really nice. So we have the more muted color. I actually really like this color. I really like the backs of these cards. And then when you flip the page, bam. So Tae's set is a new addition. Very happy to see that. I haven't made the fillers for it, obviously, which I will get on soon. And then the page will be fully complete. But for now, I just think it looks so nice. And then I feel like the green and yellow aren't that accosting to one's eye unless you're like actually on this page. Because then when you flip it, of course, this is his backs and it matches nice with the postcards. And similarly to 17520,
0. Now that I have the individual sets complete, which are always my first priority, now I can figure out if I'm going to collect the rest of the postcards as well. I haven't fully decided yet, but it feels more of a possibility now that the individual sets are done. So Taze is a new addition that you missed me putting away as well. And then last but not least, as you can see, there were a lot of updates in this binder actually, so I'm very sad that the camera cut off, and this is literally my third time redoing this, but so far so good. I'm actually watching the time. I don't normally stand in videos because when you stand, it actually makes it much more likely that your face reflects back on the binder. I don't know if anyone's noticed that, but I feel like I've really cut down on those instances ever since I started sitting and sitting away from the binder. But when I do that, I can't see if it's still recording. But anyway, now I'm standing once again and I'm watching the time run, so that's nice. At least I know that this clip is still fine. These are the cloud cards. I did add Jimin's fourth muster cloud cards. The person that I bought them from did the dupe thing, which I know a lot of people do. I don't know if I'm gonna do it. My personal preference is that I really like how these fillers look, so I think I might just end up booting this fourth one, which is the dupe, and do the same thing that I did for the fan meeting. Here's the completed vision. That's what I think I'll do, because I just personally like how it looks with these hollow fillers a little bit more than having the full 6 pocket page with the dupe, but we'll see. For now, I just decided to store it because I don't have the filler done. Shocking, I know. I think I've said I don't have the filler done for like every binder in this update so far, but rest assured I will be working on it. So for now, this little double spread is complete and I'm very happy about it because I think it also completes what I'll be collecting for fourth muster. I am done with the fourth muster cards as well, so those cloud cards were really the last little bit that I needed, which is so exciting. So apologies that you didn't get to watch me put all this away, but I'm about at my wit's end if this camera cuts off one more time. So I'm gonna get the last binder so we can wrap up this video and hopefully I can solve my tech issues for future videos. Okay, and we are back, and the last binder of the update, this is a new binder on my channel. This is where I've decided to put the fofos. I put this card in here from Season's Greeting as a joke. This is obviously not an official card. This is a freebie that McKinley made. Honestly, I think it kind of slays. So I haven't really been able to think of an alternative yet. This absolutely does not go with the theme of this binder because the theme of this binder is fofos and a little bit of chapter 2, as you will see. But for now, he is the start of this binder because he is iconic. And I weirdly think he looks good with the binder colors. So anyway, this is hopefully the last A5 binder that I will be adding to my collection. And I say that only because I'm so fickle and I really gotta just stop buying supplies. I just buy so much supplies because I just like to try it out and I don't always seem to do that. So that's definitely a goal of 2024, is to just like figure out what I like best. And I think I've gotten it down to all A4s except for 3 A5 deluxe binders. I think that's what's going to work out for my collection. Who knows what the future has in store, but hopefully for 2024 at least, I believe it'll just be A4s mostly, and then these 3 A5 deluxe binders that I have in my collection. So anyway, I wanted to start the binder like this because I think it's super cute to have the Elle holders all together, and I didn't really want to put the Elle holders with the individual sets because they're a pocket page size. They just didn't fit anywhere nice. So I think they looked nice all together, and I decided to do the backs kind of being the front part, so that's why it looks like that. We're obviously still waiting for Ginny's and then it'll be all set, but I just think it looks really cute. It's really a showing of like how far they've all come in this chapter 2 period and the kind of work that they produced and stuff. So I thought it would be fun to start the binder this way because not only is this a fofo section, it's also kind of like, this is what I'm collecting for chapter 2 that I really don't know what to do with, but I wanted it. Like, it's not like it was a chore to collect it. I really wanted this stuff. I'm just having a hard time of setting it up. So that's what this binder is for. As you can see, it's pretty full, but that's because I collected OT7 for the fofos. And I'm also storing like every possible thing that you could store. Let's start it off. I didn't really have to use these dividers, but because I didn't want to lose them, I just ended up using the dividers. So the dividers literally don't mean anything except for the last divider at the end. Technically, this should all be one section because it's fofos. So this is the new setup. It's definitely still a work in progress. So these are
are all really reused from my first Fofo setup, which was in the large binder, but they all fit pretty nicely into these pocket pages. So the 2 pockets are Meow Cafe, the 1 pockets are Prism Platinum, and then the 4 are Prism Platinum as well. So for these, I don't know if you can see all of the mini posters, I did make a custom page. So I really like having them kind of sitting up in the center. So with the fusing tool, I did make a line on every singular page so it could just sit up nice and not have to be taped in or anything, because it was really driving me nuts how ill-fitting these larger inclusions were in the 1 pocket. I feel like they were just flopping around so much. So I did take the custom fusing tool and make them all sit up in the same location. And then for the setup, I just have the standard 4 cards. I decided to use the slim pockets, mostly just because I wanted to see if I could do anything fun with the sides. But I'm gonna be real with you guys, filler making has extremely slowed down for me since I collected OG7 for album. That's when I decided to do moo.com, because I was like, if I have to make fillers for all OG7 album sets, like, this will break me. This is gonna break me. And so I went the printing route, and since I went the printing route, I've just definitely not been as enthused to cut paper fillers. But I feel like in this situation it looks good because you can see through it. Sea of Jin Island, like, I really like that it says it. I like that you can see the postcard kind of through it. I think it worked out better for some sections than it did for others, but it's fine. Beggars can't be choosers, because I'm the one choosing not to make paper fillers right now. I feel like my ultimate wish though is this isn't a drag to Prism Platinum or Meow Cafe. It's just like my own aesthetic preference. I really don't like their 4 pocket options across the board. Like, I don't like that there's space on this side. For the regular standard ones, I don't like there's space in the middle. For Meow Cafe, they actually do have the look that I want, and the look that I personally want is having them all be pushed towards the middle with the space on the sides. I know there has to be space to make the pages flush, and like, I get that, but neither brand has made the page that I really want yet. So these might be subject to change anyway, because what I really wish was happening was that these were pushed towards the center and then there was the spaces on the side, because I just think personally, to my eye, it looks better than having everything pushed left, having everything pushed out. Or in Meow Cafe's space, they actually have the pushed in look, but there's a flap on it. I know they've been slowly discontinuing the flap, so fingers crossed. I'm hoping that they do make this size of page with the stuff pushed in the middle, because that's just my aesthetic preference, particularly for this setup, but we will see. For now, I'm using the slim ones. They're not double sleeved, but I was watching a collector last night to figure out that if you use a Meow Cafe sleeve, you can actually double sleeve these. So I will definitely be doing that, because as you know, I love to double sleeve things. It's a chronic problem of mine. So anyway, I am using the slim sleeves for this setup. And then here we go again with the postcard. And then since I'm doing this kind of look, all the inclusions for each member are not going to be in the same place. These I really like. When you go member to member, these back cards kind of reflect each other, because they're obviously the odd concepts out. They don't go with anyone's individual concepts. So that's why I did it like this. I really like how it looks, because then you can flip it and then we can get into Yoongi's section. So we're going to start with his. As I said, nothing is in particular order. It was just kind of like vibe order of how I thought everyone's section looked. So here is Yoongi's section. Here is his postcard. This was from when they repackaged them and you could buy it as a whole set. His stamp set, and then his special gift, which is nicely repurposed from my original setup. And so that is that section. Then we move into Hobes. So I decided to start with his here, and then I liked how these kind of colors worked with this, and then when you turn it, you get kind of like the full stamp effect with all of the looks. I thought with his particularly, because I think his looks are pretty different from each other, that having all of the concepts together on this cohesive postcard looked really nice then when you looked on the photo cards on this page. So I'm a big fan of that. And then flipping his page, this is his postcard, and then again it's the mirroring. So this is his like OT7 look with Namjoon's OT7 look, and then it goes into his section. So I really really like how it looks. I definitely prefer my original setup, but if you watch my flip through, then you knew that that binder had to go. So I'm really happy with what I was able to come up with. It still has a little like tinkering that I need to figure out, but in general, I do think it looks really nice, and I'm happy that I could repurpose a lot of my designs into this binder as well, particularly with Jimin's, because I just completely like spread apart his accordion thing because I have so many of them that I just feel like it looks really nice. So I try to keep kind of like the concepts together. So obviously these ones match. It doesn't always work, but it did work out really well for some of them, which I'm very happy about. So here's his, and then these are his standard 4. And then of course, if you've seen this channel before, you know I went a little crazy for Jimin and Tae's Fofos, but I also have this page as well, which I think just looks so nice with this part of the accordion gift, and it really is letting me use multiple pocket pages, which is nice. And then this page also worked out so nice because it's the same concept. And then of course we turn into Jimin's OT7 look, which mirrors Tae's OT7 look. So I'm really happy with this whole section, and I think it looks really good. On to Tae's now though. Tae's I'm still working on a little bit, but for the most part I'm happy with it. I think all the mirroring looks good. And obviously I collected a lot of extra cards for him, and all these cards still work out, so that's nice. And then here is his postcard as well, and then more of his inclusions from his little notebook. And then this page is what I'm still working on, kind of like updating, but he had a bunch of stickers. And then this was the last piece of Jimin's accordion that I wasn't able to fit in his regular setup. So because 4 spots were needed to be filled, I just figured it looked pretty nice here at the end, and it's still the same section. So I just need to do a little tinkering with this and redo kind of the white thing so they're all the same shade of white. Obviously this isn't the same shade of white, and there's also some stuff on the back that I need to fix. So this is still a work in progress, but this is the general idea. So all of his stickers are on display, and also the last piece of his gift is on display too. Moving on though, now we have, I'm sorry, I make this joke every time and I'm just gonna do it again. We have our vampire, we have Edward Cullen. I absolutely love this concept. I think it's literally one of the greatest things that he has ever done. It makes me laugh and it brings me so much joy every time I look through this little section, because the fact that he wanted to be a vampire just means so much to me, because same. So anyway, here we are with our lovely vampire. This I really like because obviously that is a mirroring concept. I think it looks really nice. This one thing though, I need to fix this. The fact that these are bright white drives me nuts. I think I'm just probably gonna make them black paneling on the back, but I just haven't gotten around to doing that because I can't stand, like, I'm like, oh, this looks so nice, and then it's like, bam, bright white. I don't like that, especially like as the corresponding of this, but he only had these 2 gifts, so I don't really have much more I can work with, whereas like some members obviously have like pages and pages of their special gift. He only had those 2, so I'm gonna do either like some kind of like design that matches the fofo or just like black, because I think it'll look so much better. But anyway, here are his regular 4 cards, and then we've got his postcard as well, and then we move into the OT7 section. So I thought this would be fun because I don't know if you remember my original setup, but my original setup had me collecting 2 non-randoms, so I had all these extra non-randoms since I obviously didn't incorporate them in the regular 4 setup. So I thought it would be fun at the very end to do a non-random OT7 set, and that's what this page is, and then it kind of leads us into the actual OT7 fofo. I think it looks so cute, and I'm just happy that I was able to repurpose these dupes and stuff because I do love seeing all of OT7 together. I think it's so sweet. So I just love this little bridge from the individual fofos into the OT7 set. So here is the OT7 set. I did collect everyone's card for it, so here is the full set for the random cards, and then I have the 2 live photos that you got from the set as well. And then I bought, I think, the OT7 set twice, so that's just why I have an extra pair of that. And then I have the Polaroid set as well that came with all of the photo folios. And then to round out, I just backed this, so this is the special postcard from the set, backed behind the
regular postcard that you got. Just again, I just thought it was a nice way to end this section and helps the photo fit better just because I didn't back it on the stamps like it did for all the individual member ones. And that is the end of the photo folio section, but I do have two minor little updates here. So for now, I decided to put Hobes Jack-in-the-Box cards in this binder because they no longer fit in the oversized 9 pockets since I switched binders. These are unfortunately like all the inclusions that I had made for that extra special big binder and that I no longer use, so a lot of them had to be repurposed. But while it's a little strange what I decided to do for Hobes, I actually like it. So I have this as the front page, and then when you flip it is when you can see most of the design on the back. As you can see, it does fully spell out J-Hope and all of his name and everything, and obviously these like connect, so I really like that. This is the 9th card that I didn't have room for, but honestly kind of think it looks good on this page. I think the colors look nice and everything, and then when you flip it on the back, it's also these as well. So like this is like the full set all together. It's obviously a lot more impactful when you can have it in the full 9 setup, but I just don't have a binder that can accommodate these cards right now, and so I think this is a pretty good solution. I know Eddie K also has a good solution of kind of like making a fold out thing, but I wanted to see what I could do with these 2 pages, and I really like how it looks, and I like that you can still see his name spelled out and everything. So those are my Jack-in-the-Box cards, and then I also have these 2 cards from D-Day, and then on the back I have like the documentary pre-order stuff. So that is what I decided to do. And then for this page, this is a Prism Platinum page, I did take my fusing tool and I just ran a line up just to hold these tight into place because these inclusions are obviously way too small for this page, but I think it looks really cute. I'm happy with how this looks because I just simply was unable to get it to work in his regular D-Day setup. So I think this section will be where I continue to put merch cards and any other merch or tour items that the boys have in their solo projects, like a Hope on the Street I know is coming out, and I'm sure there'll be pre-orders and stuff for that. I will probably put in the back here, and then if anyone else has a doc, I'll put it here. If there's like merch for Jimin and JK's travel show, I'll put here. So that's just kind of my idea with this binder. It's like fofos, but also I don't want to say leftover because it's not leftover, but hard to store chapter 2 stuff. I think that's where this will all go. So I do hope you enjoyed this little setup. I'm eager to fix the last little bits that need to be fixed and get it well underway, but otherwise I'm just really happy with how this binder ended up working out. But this is actually the end of the video, so I wanted to thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your patience on my slower uploads and potentially slower uploads moving forward. We'll just have to wait and see what happens, but I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope the start to your year has been going okay. Please do like this video if you did enjoy. You can comment if you would like to, and subscribe if you would like to see more content from me, and I'll see you all in my next video soon. Goodbye.
Get the hell out.